From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Thursday morning. We have a lot of active weather on the horizon, multiple First Alert weather days ahead of us because of multiple rounds of mountain snowfall and some high winds for today and for Sunday. The first round of snow is going to continue through 4 p.m. on Friday. That's going to be the less impactful round. This round, 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 a.m. next Thursday, we could quite literally have 3 feet of snow for a Cascade passes. We desperately need that snow, but that will, if that verifies, that's going to end up being a big-time headache when it comes to pass travel. Okay, First Alert radar is showing you some steady snowfall right over Tollgate on Oregon 204. The rest of us are dry this morning, and it is breezy out there. Gusts around 35 miles per hour for both Pendleton and Ellensburg. A little bit of a dead zone right now for the lower Columbia Basin, but those gusts will fill in a little bit later this afternoon, a little bit later in the day at least. Temperatures right now, we're seeing 20s, 30s, and 40s, just kind of depending on the microclimate, but with those gusts, it feels a little bit cooler than that. It'll end up being a gorgeous day in the Tri-Cities for this Thursday. Plenty of sunshine, highs getting up around 60 degrees, but the main facet of today's forecast will probably end up being the wind gusts. We'll talk about that for today and Sunday coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, 4 massage parlors in Kennewick now closed over prostitution and trafficking allegations. This morning, we're going to show you what officers discovered and the actions now being taken against the owners and the help for the victims. Plus, police swarmed a Richland building after tracking a suspect who was wanted out of Pasco. Coming up, how officers secured the area and the surprising way the suspect was located. We're going to take you to the scene this morning. And major infrastructure work at the Port of Moses Lake, aiming to support business and industrial growth. We're going to let you know how these upgrades could impact communities and jobs, and what you need to know coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. We start this morning with a crime alert. This one out of Kennewick, where 4 illicit massage parlors were shut down after a Kennewick police operation targeting illegal activity and potential human trafficking. Police say they've received multiple complaints about illegal massage businesses involving prostitution and trafficking. And so on Tuesday, detectives with the Criminal Investigation Division carried out an operation that led to the closure of 4 locations. Our Massage on North Kellogg, Sunrise Massage Spa on North Volland, Sunrise Massage on Vista Way, and Dream Spa on West Clearwater. 3 owners were cited for permitting prostitution. 1 owner was arrested and booked into the Benton County Jail. 3 people believed to be trafficking victims were offered advocacy services. Now, police say they'll continue to investigate illegal businesses and the customers involved. Another crime alert this morning, this one out of Richland, where a wanted man is now behind bars after police found him hiding in the attic of a building. This morning, Apple Valley News Now, Caleb Stipkovitz takes us to the scene and explains the unusual way that police were able to take him into custody.
A heavy police response just off of George Washington Way and Comstock Street Wednesday afternoon to arrest a man wanted for robbery and unlawful imprisonment in Pasco. And Richland police says that Pasco police tracked the suspect to Richland. Police say that the suspect and an acquaintance entered this building right behind me, leading to a response from several police agencies this afternoon, including Pasco, Richland, Kennewick, and Benton County. Commander Damon Jansen of Richland PD says they chose a heavy response as a safety precaution.
In a situation like this where there's a building with multiple businesses in it, and there are going to be customers or patients at some of the facilities here, so that's a big concern for us. We want to make sure that everyone's safe, so that's why we had a large presence of officers in the area to assist with that.
And after an hour, police finally got him out in a peculiar way.
The suspect was found hiding in the attic of the place. There's a crawl space that's up in the attic area, and from my understanding is that he fell through the ceiling of it, which is why we ended up, one of the reasons we had the medics come and evaluate him.
Police detained the suspect's acquaintance at the scene as well, but at this time it is unclear if the person will remain in police custody. Going forward, Pasco police is expected to take over the investigation. From Richland, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And police were able to get that suspect out of that building around 2 p.m. And those operations caused minimal traffic impacts, which is good news. All right, taking you to Walla Walla now, where the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is pushing a major hydropower project forward as a part of a larger effort to modernize infrastructure. Officials say that this project is connected to a new federal initiative called Building Infrastructure, Not Paperwork. It's designed to speed up major water infrastructure projects and cut through regulatory delays. At Dworshak Dam, crews are installing a fourth generator unit that could add 250 to 300 megawatts of power. That's enough electricity to serve between 300,000 and 500,000 homes. Now, construction's already underway with work continuing over the coming years. Major phases are planned into the next decade, and the Corps is modernizing the aging dam while keeping power reliability high for the region.
We have a current unit in a current project at Dworshak Dams, which is in Orofino, Idaho. And it's actually installing a fourth generator, which will be the largest generator in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Officials say projects like the one at Dworshak Dam upgrade are aimed at boosting hydropower capacity and providing reliable electricity for communities across the Pacific Northwest, including right here in Washington. 6:05, looking to local living now, where several major infrastructure projects are underway, and they're all taking place at the Port of Moses Lake as leaders are working to support new business growth. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with port officials about how these projects could affect people living there.
The Port of Moses Lake is a public port district focused on economic development and attracting businesses to the region. It was established in 1965 after voters approved creating the port district and works to bring jobs to the area by developing infrastructure around Grant County International Airport. Port officials say the airport has become a hub for aviation testing and industrial development, drawing companies and government partners to the area.
We do a lot of testing for different aircrafts. We have military contracts with Joint Base Lewis McChord. Boeing is out here, do a lot of their testing as well. In addition to that, we have industrial and manufacturing business parks where we help companies to be able to site and be able to create jobs.
Roach says the port also has several large infrastructure projects underway, including a rail expansion that will move freight traffic out of the center of town and into a developing business corridor.
And we've acquired the right-of-way. Now we're getting to the building stage, and what that'll do is bring the rail on the north side of town where it currently was running through the middle of town. So this will allow it to go through a business corridor, which will be very important, obviously, for the businesses that are siting there.
Another focus for the port is making sure utilities like power can keep up with new development as more companies look to move into the region.
In recent years, all of that capacity has been used up. So our Grant County PUD is struggling to be able to serve the needs of the businesses that are coming in. So we as a port, we're working with them and with others, private sector, to find ways to be able to accommodate the needs of the power that these companies will need.
Officials with the Port of Moses Lake tell me that right now the port is undergoing several major infrastructure projects. However, they tell me that one very important water infrastructure project is taking shape right now that not just affects Moses Lake, but the entire region all the way down to the Tri-Cities. That project, known as the W20 project, would create a new connection between the Quincy irrigation system and Moses Lake. Leaders say it would help support future municipal water supplies, improve overall lake circulation, and provide additional resource for businesses and residents as the region continues to grow.
So the W20 will also help in that regard because it'll be flushing the lake. So that water coming from the canal that goes into the lake will be able to reduce the phosphorus levels.
Port leaders say the projects will help support continued economic growth in Moses Lake while improving resources for businesses and residents alike. In Moses Lake, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And port officials say many of these projects are still in development, but are expected to play a major role in supporting future industry and job growth in the Moses Lake area. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, highlighting the top defenseman for the Seattle Kraken, Vince Dunn. He is this week's Player Profile of the Week. And this morning we're going to break down how his offensive surge helped the team reach the playoffs. We're talking sports after the break. And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 6:09 on this Thursday. When we come back, Josh is going to break down your first alert forecast for what you can expect as you head out the door.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. and you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Clear out clutter and help build homes right here in the Tri-Cities. Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity is hosting our Fill a Truck event at the Richland Habitat Store on March 13th and 14th from 11 to 4 p.m. Donate gently used furniture, appliances, building materials, home goods, and more. Every item sold at the Habitat Store helps fund affordable homes for local families, plus free French fries and local vendors at the event. Let's fill the truck. Your donations build homes.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
A high-voltage surge is about to hit the cage as Clinch MMA returns to Legends, illuminating the night with raw power and intensity. This is more than a fight. It's an electrifying showcase at Legends Casino, where every strike sparks a reaction. Prepare to witness the impact firsthand on Saturday, March 21st at 8 p.m. Secure your spot before the lights go out. Tickets are available now at the Legends Casino gift shop or Ticketmaster.com. Legends Casino Hotel.
Now earn up to 4 times the rewards with the ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card. It's the credit card from the credit union you love.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's another update on pass conditions, and we're still seeing some snowy and slushy conditions for both our passes in the Cascades and the Blues. But the biggest impacts this morning are for our Blue Mountain passes, especially for Tollgate. There's packed snow, and there are tire restrictions, there are chain restrictions for milepost 16 to 39. So that would be from Elgin to Adena, not the entirety of that length. But to find more information about that, you can go to tripcheck.com. Okay, winds going to be a factor for both today and for Sunday. High winds. Now, it's going to be gusty, honestly, for the next 7 days, but the highest winds we're going to single out Thursday and Sunday. For today, gust up around 50 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley, up around 35 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities. Then for Sunday, up around 50 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley once again, closer to 45 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. And you see the mountain range is going to see some of those wind gusts as well. When you factor in the snow, could see some, not necessarily whiteout conditions, but visibility definitely being reduced. Okay, high temperatures for today up into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, pretty close to 60 in the Tri-Cities. Overnight lows dropping down into the 20s and 30s. And you see those high temperatures going to start to ascend once again back into the low 60s in the Yakima Valley for Saturday and Sunday. And then the wind gust picking up once again on Sunday as that cold front passes. That's going to drop us back down to around normal high temperatures for this time of the year. Those overnight lows are going to go on quite the journey as well. And all that to say, many more rounds of snowfall on the way for our mountain passes. This is just round number 1. We'll talk about round number 2 coming up in a few minutes.
Hey Josh, 6:13 talking sports as we hit the ice this morning. Seattle Kraken have built their success around solid defense. But this morning, our very own Jake Gable profiles Vince Dunn, the man who has become the backbone of their blue line and a historical figure for the franchise.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Defenseman Vince Dunn has been a foundational star for the Seattle Kraken since the 2021 expansion draft. In the Kraken's inaugural season, Dunn made history, scoring the franchise's first home goal. He then transformed his game in the 2022-23 campaign, setting career highs with 14 goals and 64 points. This offensive surge earned him an NHL All-Star selection and was key to powering the Kraken to their first ever playoff appearance. Dunn is a mobile two-way blue liner known for moving the puck and joining the rush. After his breakout, he signed a 4-year, $29 million extension, cementing his role as a team leader. While he stars in Seattle, Dunn knows what it takes to win. He is a Stanley Cup champion from his time with the St. Louis Blues in 2019. Now in his 4th season, Vince Dunn remains one of the league's most effective and impactful defensemen. Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, and you can check out Seattle Kraken this Saturday at 7 as they take on the Ottawa Senators. You can watch them on My Network TV channel 38.5 in Yakima and 42.5 here in the Tri-Cities. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth as we give you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. He'll break down your first alert forecast after the break.
In Tri-Cities real estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
These days, the world is moving faster than ever, but I like to say, not so fast when it comes to a progressive disease like chronic kidney disease. Jardiance is a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Find the goodness of slow by saying, not so fast, CKD. Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Wendy Redman is a leader in broadcasting news. She breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next Live. The category is the smartest man on television.
And you know what that means?
Jeopardy's Ken Jennings, plus Scott Speedman from the new series R.J. Decker.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Wallace, it's gorgeous. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have multiple rounds of snowfall on the way, so we have multiple first alert weather days in front of us. The first round is going to wrap up around 4 p.m. tomorrow, but you see many waves of active weather that are lined up in the Pacific, so that's going to be our problem, especially for mountain passes. So let's put all this into motion with Futurecast. This is by 8 this morning. Really all throughout the day, you'll just see kind of this consistent onslaught of moisture from both our mountain ranges, and then that next real kick of moisture going to be by tomorrow morning. So another heavy round of snow for the Cascades, eventually getting into the Blues. Now look, later in the day, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., that's when snow levels mostly going to go above pass levels, so we'll see that transition to rain, but then snow levels dropping back down on Sunday, so a transition back to snow is anticipated. You can track all that yourself, hour by hour, rain chances, snow chances, wind gusts, all for your exact home address location by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's some of the snowfall totals we're anticipating from this morning through 4 p.m. on Friday. 5 to 6 inches of snow for Stevens Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. Definitely not nearly as much for Sadus White or Blewett passes, but then we'll take you over to the Blues. A couple inches of snow possible for Cabbage Hill and Interstate 84. Closer to another 10 inches of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, where we're already seeing chain restrictions for this morning. And then there's that next round of snow in the next week. Here's what it's going to look like for lower elevations, specifically for the Tri-Cities. You see these low-end chances of rain for Friday, for Monday, and for Wednesday. But for Monday and Wednesday, that's associated with that next round of snow that could bring us quite literally 3 feet of snow to our Cascade passes from 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 a.m. next Thursday. This would be very beneficial stuff for snowpack. We desperately need the snowfall. It's just tough that past travel is likely going to be impacted in a big way. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small chances of showers tomorrow, then high winds gearing up again for Sunday. In Yakima, mostly sunny and breezy today, mostly cloudy and mild this weekend with windy weather for Sunday. In Ellensburg, gusts up around 45 to 50 miles per hour for today and Sunday, then tracking the potential for some snow next week. In Hermiston, windy today and Thursday, and a small shower chance sandwich in between on Friday. And finally, for Walla Walla, chances for precip every single day over the next 7 days, maybe even some snow mixing in Monday night into Tuesday.
Whew. It's picking back up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but hey, we need it. And I was saying, like, you know, March, April, they can be wet, they can be winter months. So that's coming to fruition so far.
Yeah, no, you never know what you can expect. And I've actually, over the last couple of weeks, I've driven over the pass. I did Snoqualmie and Stevens, and it's just wild to see the lack of snow.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it on the mountains. And like when I went over Snoqualmie a couple of weeks ago, there were definitely people skiing and snowboarding and loving the winter weather. But just from a driver's perspective, I've driven both those passes, you know, millions of times, and just so mild. I mean, it's great if you're driving. But it's odd. It's odd.
Unsettling, odd. It's weird, but you know what? We're going to make it a good end to winter and a good beginning of spring.
Look at you. Yep. Look at you, just giving the people what they want.
Yes.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We've got a legal twist involving Justin Timberlake, a word that proves Swift fans are everywhere, and a new video game that lets you unleash your inner Karen. Yikes. We've got the details coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
71st anniversary savings continue at Bi-Mart. Join our membership family through March 9th and we'll give you a free Bi-Mart bucket with goodies. 12 packs of Shasta or LaCroix or buy 2 get 1 free. PMC's 223 20-count ammo is just $8. Jumbo 6 packs of annuals or vegetables are $3.79 each. Plus save $5 on Casseron granules. Now just $24.99. Members find even more savings in store with our extra member discounts only at Bi-Mart.
Brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket. A spicy, bold heat, served with a side of our cool, sweet DQ soft serve as a dip. All for just $6.99. Plus, try a sweet, spicy sip of lemonade made with tahini. It's the new Swicy menu for a limited time, only at DQ.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Clear out clutter and help build homes right here in the Tri-Cities. Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity is hosting our Fill a Truck event at the Richland Habitat store on March 13th and 14th from 11 to 4 p.m. Donate gently used furniture, appliances, building materials, home goods, and more. Every item sold at the Habitat store helps fund affordable homes for local families, plus free French fries and local vendors at the event. Let's fill the truck. Your donations build homes.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
6:25. Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news this morning, we have the latest from Hollywood and beyond.
Yeah, first we head to the courtroom where Justin Timberlake is suing over his DWI arrest, hoping to keep police body cam video of his arrest in New York private. The star singer's lawyers argue in court documents that releasing the video would be a violation of privacy and cause harm to Timberlake's reputation.
Timberlake, as you may remember, was arrested in Sag Harbor, New York in 2024. The town had previously planned to make some of the footage public. However, those plans are now on pause amid this legal battle.
And from celebrity legal battles to pop culture milestones, while most of us know what a Swiftie is, the term is finally getting some third-party validation.
Did it need it?
I don't think so.
Thank you. Dictionary.com adding it to its online dictionary. Website officially defines it as a fan of the music of Taylor Swift. Oh, that's what it means?
No way. No way. Well, the singer trademarked the word back in 2017 and uses it on her merchandise. Dictionary.com regularly adds new words to keep up with how the English language evolves. Like 6-7, I'm sure is in there somehow.
Is it evolving or is it diminishing?
It's regressing. Yeah.
All right, and keeping up with modern slang, maybe you've felt the need to release some stress after your favorite store denied a refund or a return. Well, now there's a new video game that lets you become the ultimate Karen.
This is a clip from the new indie game named Karen, based in a shopping mall. The avatar is a chaotic blonde who's seen storming inside to demand a refund.
Karen destroys several stores after she doesn't get her way. The game company says the objective is to be the worst person on earth. The manager must not have done anything for her.
She's got the very famous John and Kate +8 hair, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not a video game player, but that might be.
But you're going to be a Karen?
Yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Heading to Olympia, where lawmakers are pushing 2 bills, both affecting law enforcement. One could give the Criminal Justice Training Commission more power over elected sheriffs in Washington. And now this morning, we're going to explore the new hurdles that candidates could face and see why the bill is sparking statewide controversy. And then another bill that would limit masks worn by officers while on duty. Coming up, we're going to hear why supporters say it's necessary, but critics say it puts officers and their families at risk. Right into Olympia after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1-hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row.
That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. Shop sofas and sectionals, dining tables, chairs, bedroom sets and kids' beds, and much, much more. Best of all, buy now, pay later with 0 interest and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Another day. Same pain, same meds, same struggling for symptom relief. Injections like Humira and Enbrel work similarly to treat moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis. But if your symptoms haven't improved enough, Rinvoq works differently. It's a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve RA and PSA joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, as fast as 2 weeks for some. Even after 3 years, many people felt this relief. In PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin noticeably clearer.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Do something different. Ask your doctor if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
Hey, AMS fans, don't miss the G2 Construction Wiener Dog Race Friday, March 6th at the Toyota Center. Watch the pups race across the ice during the first intermission. Puck drops at 7:05 p.m. Get tickets at amshockey.com or at the Toyota Center box office.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Kraken, Senators. Coverage begins at 7, Saturday on My Network TV. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Okay, it is blustery out this morning.
Yes.
Temperatures,
not bad.
but they feel a lot colder when that wind hits.
Yes, if you just look at the air temperature, it's pretty mild out there, or like on the chillier side, but then the wind gust hit, and it definitely drops those row fills down.
Yeah.
And the wind gust is going to be a factor in the forecast for today, also for Sunday, and we got a lot of mountain snow in the forecast.
Keeping you busy.
Yeah, lots of things to talk about this morning. Let's get into those big weather stories. We have many first alert weather days ahead of us because of many rounds of mountain snow on the way, and then the wind gusts. It's going to be a gusty stretch all throughout this forecast period, but especially for today and for Thursday. Round number 1 of snow going to wrap up by 4 p.m. on Friday. Already seeing some impacts for passes from that. And then round number 2 going to be much more impactful, especially for Cascade passes. 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 a.m. next Thursday. We could have up around 3 feet of snow, and we desperately need that snowfall. Snow is pretty consistent this morning over Tollgate on Oregon 204. We are seeing some chain requirements there for this morning, and the winds, like me and Jade were just talking about, the gusts are up around 35 to 40 miles per hour now in the Kittitas Valley, closer to 30 miles per hour for Pendleton. Kind of a bit of a dead zone for now for the lower Columbia Basin, but that will definitely fill in a little bit later in the day. Those temperatures, we're seeing 20s, 30s, and 40s, just kind of depending on the microclimate, but in the winds, it feels colder. Hey, otherwise, today is going to be a gorgeous one. Lots of sunshine in the Yakima Valley. Temperatures getting up into the 40s and 50s, but the main facet of today's forecast going to be those wind gusts. We'll talk a lot more about that coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We begin this half hour of news looking to state legislature where lawmakers in Olympia are considering a controversial bill that would give a state commission power to remove elected sheriffs. It's Senate Bill 5974. So it would require sheriff candidates to pass extensive background checks, including social media reviews and psychological evaluations. Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission would publicly post which candidates requested and passed the screening. Supporters say the measure strengthens accountability. Critics, though, argue it undermines voter rights. Now, the commission could remove sheriffs with felony convictions or sheriffs who lack required law enforcement experience. Franklin County officials oppose the bill, saying it violates the constitutional right to elect sheriffs. The measure continues moving through the legislature as counties across Washington continue to watch the debate. And staying in Olympia, another bill topic is going to, or could limit the use of face coverings by law enforcement in Washington, and it has so far passed through the chamber. This is Senate Bill 5855. It passed both chambers of legislature just this week. This bill would prohibit officers from wearing masks that obscure their faces while performing official duties. So under the measure, items like ski masks and gaiters would generally be banned, with exceptions for protective gear used during severe weather or exposure to hazardous materials. Supporters say that the bill increases transparency and accountability. Critics, though, of this bill warn that it could put law enforcement and their families at risk, as it points to a recent spike in exposure of agents' personal information, including phone numbers and home addresses. So if signed, the law would also allow individuals detained by an officer who violates the policy to file a civil lawsuit. Governor is expected to act on this bill in the coming weeks. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. For the first meal of the day, do you reach for eggs, French toast, cereal, or fruit? Or do you skip breakfast entirely? Coming up, we're going to share what experts say about breakfast benefits, who might be better off skipping it, and healthy ideas to start your morning strong. Your Health Minute coming up after the break. And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 6:35 on this Thursday, and we're going to have your first alert forecast when we come back.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
It matters late at night. It matters when you aren't sure and need someone who is.
It matters when times are tight and saving money can really make a difference.
Thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate you. Hi, Alex.
Where you get your medicine has never mattered more. That's why we have convenient locations right in your neighborhood with pharmacists ready to get to know you.
Where you get your medicine matters.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
So I think kindness and understanding are probably the two big ones that I try to bring to my dental practice. I see dental care evolving to be more of a holistic approach, looking at the whole body as opposed to just the mouth, just the teeth, looking at the person as a whole. I'm really excited to be a part of that because I feel like that's how we should be approaching all aspects of medicine. I work 2 days a week in here. The rest of the time, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I feel like coming in here is my break for my kids. They're amazing, but this gives me a chance to have adult conversations with people and I guess flex a different muscle.
Lifetime Dental Care located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, an important reminder that screening saves lives. At Prosser Digestive Health Center, our expert team provides advanced, compassionate care close to home, from preventive screenings to diagnosis and treatment of digestive conditions. If you're 45 or older or have a family history, don't wait. A colonoscopy can detect cancer early when it's most treatable. Schedule your screening today by calling 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Life's better when you're under our roof because you'll feel protected. Good thing we're covered. And safe drivers can save too. Touchdown. Also, your family's free too. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. So while they're dreaming, you're saving. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
A small historic town in Idaho's Bitterroot Mountains.
It's really unparalleled. 2 ski resorts are 15 minutes away from here.
Wallace.
The entire city's on the National Register of Historic Places.
Fly the Northwest.
Just take a look around. It's gorgeous.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next Live. The category is the smartest man on television.
And you know what that means.
Jeopardy's Ken Jennings. Plus Scott Speedman from the new series R.J. Decker.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Another look at current road conditions out there, past conditions in particular. It's still snowing, slushy for both our Cascade and our Blue Mountain passes, but especially for the Blues, we do have packed snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. There are chain requirements for mileposts 16 to 39, so that stretch of road goes from Adena all the way down to Elgin. It's not for the entire roadway, but if you have to travel over Oregon 204 this morning, get those latest up-to-date past conditions by going to tripcheck.com. Okay, wind's going to be a factor in the forecast for the next 7 days, but especially high winds for today and Sunday. Gust up around 50 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley for today, closer to 35 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities. But then on Sunday, up around 50 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. Once again, a little bit closer to 45 miles per hour this time for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. And those mountain ranges going to be seeing the wind gusts as well. You factor in the snowfall, we could have some big time reductions in visibility. And with the winds and the fresh snow, that means that avalanche danger will continue to be considerable for today, a little bit less so for tomorrow. We keep bouncing back and forth between moderate to considerable, but you can find lots of information about avalanche safety posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Here's your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer. The base depth at 26 inches today for Schweitzer. At Ski Bluewood, we're at 23 inches. And then for White Pass, this was at 40 inches just last week. It's now gone down just a little bit, back down to 38 inches. There is some fresh powder in the forecast over the next couple days, but a lot more slated for next week. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
6:40, time to talk some health this morning. If you're waking up with us and haven't had breakfast yet, well, you're not alone. Neither have I. It's long been called the most important meal of the day, but many people skip it because they're rushing out the door, they're not hungry, or they're trying to cut calories. So is breakfast really essential in your health? Well, in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither speaks with an expert about whether breakfast does a body good or if it's okay to break up with that morning meal.
For their first meal of the day, do you go for eggs, French toast, cereal? How about fruit? Or is your morning breakfast bowl left empty?
It comes down to personal preference and what works best for your body.
Registered dietitian Julia Zumpano with Cleveland Clinic says there can be breakfast benefits. For some, that can include cognitive function enhancement, diabetes risk reduction, better blood sugar management, and appetite control, leading to the consumption of fewer calories. But those who skip breakfast may find they, too, have a clearer mind, more alertness, and better digestion. So she says the best thing to do is listen to your body.
Those people who chronically skip breakfast or just don't feel hungry in the morning have likely been that way their whole lives. Those who wake up hungry and ready to eat, again, physiologically, that's what their body is telling them.
No matter which group to which you belong, Zumpano says your first food of the day should be made up mostly of protein and fiber. She says meals with high fat or high sugar can lead to a pretty significant crash 30 to 90 minutes after that meal. Some healthy first meal ideas include Greek yogurt with berries, nuts, and ground flaxseed, or chia seeds, cottage cheese with tomato and a slice of whole grain toast, avocado toast with an egg, or overnight oats.
Protein and fiber is key. And really, that should be the foundation of all your meals and snacks.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Experts also suggest steering clear of what is referred to as naked carbs. That's food with only carbohydrates that they say will make you more prone to a blood sugar spike. They add even just eating a piece of fruit is technically a naked carb. So instead, try pairing it with a source of protein to get the biggest health benefits. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Good morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. Giving you a live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, your full first alert forecast. So grab some breakfast and join us after the break.
Rodney Carrington.
If you've been married for 25 or 30 years, you got there because you learned how to keep your mouth shut in all the right spots.
That's right. Friday, June 26th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or Legends Gift Shop.
Some things didn't work out like you thought they would. You ain't never been on no fancy Italian vacation, but damn it, you been to Olive Garden for free breadsticks.
Don't miss Rodney Carrington live.
We're in this together. Sex and surgery all day.
Got this drive inside. Obsession.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser General Surgery Center.
We are the Dillows. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
If you use opioids like fentanyl, you need to be ready for the possibility of an overdose. For starters, communicate. If you're using alone, ask someone you trust to check on you. Stay accessible. Be sure people can get to you if you need help. And start with a small dose, especially if it's been a while. The short version, plan ahead, stay safe. You're worth the effort. More tips at preventoverdosewa.org/safety tips.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Hey, AMS fans, don't miss the G2 Construction Wiener Dog Race Friday, March 6th at the Toyota Center. Watch the pups race across the ice during the first intermission. Puck drops at 7:05 p.m. Get tickets at amshockey.com or at the Toyota Center box office.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Many rounds of snowfall on the way for us, so many First Alert weather days in front of us. The first round going to wrap up by 4 p.m. tomorrow, but then we have another round as we head into next week. You see all the rounds of active weather lined up in the Pacific, and this will be our problem, especially for our mountain passes. Let's put the next 48 hours into motion with Futurecast radar, and you see it's going to be this constant stream of snowfall all throughout today. And then into tomorrow morning, it gets a little interesting because here's that next round of snow for the Cascades. It will be snow for most of the day up until after 4 p.m., 5 p.m. That's when snow levels will rise up, and it's likely going to transition back to rain at pass level. But then snow levels coming back down as we head into Sunday, so it'll transition back to snow at pass level. Of course, you can see day by day, hour by hour rain chances, snow chances, visibility, temperatures, wind gusts, all that for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's some of the snowfall totals we're anticipating through 4 p.m. on Friday. 5 to 6 inches of snow for Stevens Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. Much less for Blewett, White, and Sadis passes. Then we'll take you over to the Blues, where we could see a couple inches of snow for Interstate 84 Cabbage Hill. Much closer to 10 inches of snow for Tollgate on Oregon 204, which is where we're already seeing chain requirements for this morning. Here's what things are going to look like for lower elevations. You see the Yakima Valley going to keep it very dry up until next Wednesday. We'll have about a 50-50 chance of seeing some precip, maybe even some snow getting into the mix. It doesn't look like accumulations are going to be all that significant for the Yakima Valley, but they will be significant for our mountain passes, especially up in the Cascades. 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 a.m. next Thursday. We're staring down the barrel of maybe 3 feet of snow for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. A good deal less for Oregon 204 Tollgate, but that's still almost a foot of snow. We need more snow like this, but we'll definitely take it. But just know those passes will see some impacts. Perhaps some major impacts at that. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small chance of showers tomorrow. High winds gearing up for Sunday. In Yakima, mostly sunny and breezy today. Mostly cloudy and mild this weekend with windy weather for Sunday. In Ellensburg, gusts up around 45 to 50 miles per hour for today and Sunday, then tracking the potential for some snow next week. In Hermiston, windy today and Thursday, and a small shower chance sandwich in between on Friday. And finally, for Walla Walla, chances for precip every single day over the next 7 days, maybe even some snow mixing in Monday night into Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we have your exclusive look at Apple's most affordable MacBook ever.
This is MacBook Neo, an amazing all-new Mac at a surprising price.
With the $599 price tag, the Neo nearly half the price of the MacBook Air.
The color is so bright.
Apple's Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, John Turnus, talking to GMA exclusively after the big reveal.
Some people might be wondering why did it take this long. I've wanted a less expensive Apple product for a long time.
And I think that's why the bar is high. We didn't want to do it until we could do it really, really well and build a Mac that we were proud of.
Its bright colors bringing back nostalgia for those candy-colored computers of the 90s. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of our exclusive access with Apple. With your GMA First Look, I'm Elizabeth Scholze, ABC News, New York.
Go ahead, crank the volume. We got you. USPS has increased daily package processing capacity by 46% in the past 5 years. And with USPS Ground Advantage, your packages stay in our secure network, dock to door, nationwide. For full visibility, near real-time tracking, affordable pricing, for peace of mind. USPS Ground Advantage.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura in adults, Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after use. Get help right away for trouble breathing, rash, swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or throat. High blood pressure and Raynaud's syndrome can occur. Get help for high blood pressure, numbness, coolness, pain, or color changes in fingers and toes. Common side effect is nausea. Ask your doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
6:50 time for your morning sprint, and we start with your national headlines as President Trump has hosted several big tech executives at the White House yesterday. The group was there to sign a pledge that they will create or buy their own electricity supplies for AI data centers. The president said the Ratepayer Protection Pledge holds tech companies responsible for investing in providing their own electricity, not taking it from the grid. The companies cooperating include Google, Microsoft, Meta, Oracle, xAI, OpenAI, and Amazon. Energy Secretary Chris Wright said the pledge will give Americans more reliable and secure energy while halting rising prices. In your sports headlines, the sports world is mourning the loss of legendary college football coach Lou Holtz. Holtz's family said that he passed away just yesterday in Orlando, Florida. He was 89 years old. Cause of death not provided. Holtz coached 33 seasons at 6 schools, including NC State, William & Mary, and Arkansas. He was most well known for his time at Notre Dame, where he was the last coach to lead the Fighting Irish to a national championship in 1988. Holtz also spent 1 year in the NFL with the New York Jets. He won 249 games over the course of his decades-long career, and 100 of those wins came from his time at Notre Dame. He retired from coaching in 2004 while he was at the University of South Carolina. 6:52 time for your top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Heavy police presence in Richland on George Washington Way and Comstock Street as police were tracking a wanted man for robbery and unlawful imprisonment. Suspect and an acquaintance entered a building there, prompting a response from multiple law enforcement agencies. After about an hour, police found the suspect hiding in an attic. He had fallen through a crawl space, leading to him needing some medical evaluation before being taken into custody. Suspect's acquaintance also detained. Police in Pasco are expected to be taking over this investigation. And Kennewick police shut down 4 massage parlors Tuesday as a part of an operation targeting illegal activity and potential human trafficking. Officers say they received multiple complaints about businesses involved in prostitution and trafficking. 3 owners cited for permitting prostitution. 1 owner arrested and booked into the Benton County Jail. 3 people believed to be trafficking victims were offered advocacy services. Police say they will continue to investigate illegal businesses and the customers involved. And Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission could soon have new oversight over elected sheriffs. Under the bill, sheriff candidates would need to pass a background check, and that goes beyond criminal history, which includes social media reviews, checks for ties to extremist groups, and polygraph tests, including psychological evaluations. Officers said that the commission could remove a sheriff with a felony conviction who can't legally own a firearm or who lacks required law enforcement experience. Now, the bill is still moving through the legislature with committees, communities and officials debating the balance between accountability and election rights. And the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers moving forward with the major hydropower project at Dorshak Dam, and it's a part of a federal initiative to modernize infrastructure. Crews are installing a fourth generator unit capable of adding 250 to 300 megawatts. That's enough to power 300,000 to 500,000 homes. Construction underway with major phases planned over the next decade. And the Port of Moses Lake is focusing on economic development and infrastructure projects to support regional growth. Officers said projects include a rail expansion to move freight traffic into a business corridor and a large water project, the W20, that will connect the Quincy irrigation system to Moses Lake. These efforts are designed to support future municipal water supplies, improve lake circulation, and provide additional resources for businesses and residents. 6:54 and trending this morning, a fourth grader is set to make a trip from LA to Paris, and he's making history along the way.
In his studio, racks are lined with jackets, coats, scarves, and more. One standout piece, a burlap bag with snap-on charms that sold out in just 24 hours.
Oh my gosh, I love him. The upcoming show features 15 dresses, most of them crafted from biodegradable or recycled materials.
Try this on. Okay,
Look at him going there. He is reflecting on the commitment to sustainable fashion. So across social media, nearly 6 million followers have watched as he pushes boundaries and sets trends in the fashion industry.
I'll tell you what, I was not doing that in fourth grade. That is an ambitious, driven young man.
I love him so much.
Congratulations, yeah.
Yes. I can't wait to see his line in Fashion Week.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Awesome stuff.
I know, that's so cool. All right, take us into the day. What can we expect? Winds gonna continue throughout the day?
Yes.
But sunshine.
Yes, sunshine for today. You know, the last couple days.
It's like sugar and spice.
Yeah, and everything nice. No, the last couple days it's been a little bit of a bummer because we've seen more clouds. We had like some really sunny days before that, so we're getting back to the sunshine for today. But winds and mountain snow, lots of things to talk about. Let's go ahead and take a look at First Alert radar. You can see consistent snowfall still over the Blues, specifically over Oregon 204 at Tollgate. We are seeing chain requirements still there for this morning. You can go to tripcheck.com to find out more information about that. Wind gusts, yeah, they're trying their hardest right now. Gust up around 40 miles per hour for Pendleton, 35 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. It was a little bit gustier earlier this morning in the Tri-Cities. For now, it looks like a bit of a dead zone, but those will fill back in a little bit later in the day. Right now, temperatures 20s, 30s, and 40s, just kind of depending on the microclimate. But if you hit one of those gusts, it's definitely going to feel a lot colder than that. Your hourly forecast for this Thursday for the Tri-Cities, pretty much nothing but sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Those highs getting up around 60 degrees. But the gusts for today, anywhere between 30 to 50 miles per hour, the strongest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. And folks, we got a lot more active weather to talk about as we have multiple rounds of snow on the way for our mountain passes. We could have up around 10 inches of snow for Tollgate, around 5 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass through 4 p.m. on Friday, and then up around 3 feet of snow for our Cascade passes for the back half of this weekend in the next week. And oh, by the way, wind gusts coming back for Sunday. So a lot of high flying action over the next 7 days.
All right, keeping you busy.
Yes.
All right, thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest on this Thursday. You can always find the latest on all of the stories we talked about today and your forecast on AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.